well, it's a woman. I expected a woman to do much more better.
When did you become just a number?
I was very much angry that there's an incident of such nature had occurred.
When were you classified as only ones and zeros?
We are not happy, we are frustrated, devastated.
When did statistics start speaking for you?
You don't need to report to the principal. We've got educators, we've got more women.
When did you turn into classified information and a victim of note?
Being in relationship with school children was explicitly explained.
When did you stop standing up, speaking up, and fighting your own battles?
And this particular card was in that workshop.
Only when, and when only there's enough support to do so.
This one, I prepared.
They call him Mkhulu, meaning granddad, a well-liked 57-year-old patroller at AB Nguma Primary School in Soweto.
Because police are failing to protect us. Department has failed. Why I'm saying that? The principal of the school, he knew about this thing. He decided to keep quiet. And he or she is representing Department of Education. We must understand that thing. So our message is clear that if that man or useless thing received a bail, we are going to chop his private part.
I'm just hoping that they do not give him bail. He needs to rot in jail. Or if he gets bail, he is going to be dealt with by the community.
The guard is popular with the kids. Perhaps he is giving them sweets. Then he allegedly violates their trust in the worst possible way.
Just about when I was getting ready for work last week Tuesday, I got a text message from their father telling me to rush to the clinic. Something bad has happened to our daughter. So I thought maybe she got hit by a car or she fell at school and maybe she was hurt. So when I got to the clinic, I saw that nothing happened to her. So when I asked, the father told me that there's a case which was opened by the school of molestation. The security guard was molesting children and our child was one of them. So we took her to the clinic where she got checked, and the following day we took her to Ntabiseng in Baragwana where she got a full examination and they did a J88, and then after that we went to the police station and opened a case of sexual assault.
The shocking truth is slowly emerging. At least 87 learners have been sexually assaulted, some as young as 4.
Mase ngizozwa ngomunye umzali on Tuesday ukuthi hayi umkhulu uboshiwe. Hawu uboshiwe, siyabonga uboshiwe umkhulu, kodwa indaba manje ingoprincipal esikoleni. Uprincipal uye osekakhulumela manje ubani umkhulu.
Hayi mina ngiphoxeke kakhulu kuprincipal ngoba ngifundile kulesa sikole. Ngifunda usapi wami. Ngamqala lapha. Uprincipal uqala ukusebenza lapha ngenza sapi. Ngaze ngaphuma azabe uprincipal. Into ayenzile isiphoxile kakhulu lesi.
The school principal soon feels the wrath of the education department. She and her management staff are suspended amid accusations of a cover-up.
When the case was opened, that's when the police started to move to interview the parent, to interview all the relevant people. And as a department, we also unleashed our psychosocial services to provide all the relevant support and services both to the parent and to the learner and also to the school to ensure all matters are attended to.
Shock and revulsion are felt across the country. How could such a heinous crime be allowed to occur in the first place?
We were all saddened when we heard about the challenges that young girls experience in a school in Soweto, where 87 primary girls in Soweto were allegedly sexually abused by a security guard. Now, these are matters that government is determined to address on an ongoing basis so that we minimize and lessen the challenges that our young people are facing on an ongoing basis.
The suspect remains in custody, pending bail hearings. Meanwhile, outrage grows over the rape of the innocents.
As SADU, we don't associate with rapists. As SADU, we don't associate with abusers. As SADU, we associate with professionals who know that my child is your child is my child. We are fully clear about the responsibilities in terms of the Freedom Charter, people's education for people's power. We are saying we are here to remind all of us that these are our children. We want to expose workers who are in education, who are preying on our children and abusing them. Let's protect these children. Let's protect the future.
The school governing bodies must ensure that now, when they formulate policies, and those policies are being monitored, and they must be implemented. It must not be just through malicious compliance. Then from there, we don't know what is going on in the school. And you say you are doing oversight of the school, and you don't know, or this is what is happening. So these people, particularly the principal, because he is the manager of the school from Monday to Friday, from 7 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So he's there every time. So he must account.
Parents tell of their horror after learning of the abuse their child had suffered.
Mangikhumbula kahle, ngikhumbula makuvalwa izikolo ne. Mangizocela umntana omdala ukuthi angilandele ama report esikoleni because ngisemsebenzini. So mangibuye emsebenzini athi mama nayi ama report abantwana. Mina abantwana abayi2 abafunda eBiqhuma, grade 7 and grade 1. So anginikeze ama report ngithola ukuthi kune ekuyi envelope yakalo ka grade 7 kune letter. Makuna that letter kune report, ngibheke report ukuthi uphase kanjani, yini la sileke khona, uyabo. So ayingibona ukuthi ayiuphasile yena akufani. And then ngifundele letter. Mangifunda this letter ngino sisi wami lo la endlini. Ngithi awu le letter abathi ngiyafuneka esikoleni nge9 makuvulwa izikolo kwenzakalani, or unosipho there is something abayenzile esikoleni, uyabo. Ngibe ngithi hayi kube mhlambe ngingazilandela mina maybe bezongitshela bangibriefe something, uyabo. Hayi ngabi ne problem. Ngimbuza umntana wena nosipho nenzeni esikoleni, bangibizile nge9 athi kimi ayi mina mama angazi, uyabo, angenzanga nix. Sengithi mina okay ngizobona nge9 mangiya kuphi esikoleni. Okay, ngivuke ekseni emsebenzini ngicele ku principal ngo9 ngine meeting eBiqhuma. Athi ayi no problem, uzobuya futhi ubuyele emsebenzini. Mangifika eBiqhuma ngiye officeini. Mangiye officeini laba bahleli officeini abo Jeff nabo Phumzile bangitshela no i-meeting ise computer room. Mangifika e-computer room ngithola abazali vele bakhona e-computer room. Yabo hayi ngizithulele ngihlale ngibabulise ngihlale. Ngithola ukuthi ngiyezwa kunento abayikhulumayo mara angi-understand ukuthi bakhuluma ngani, uyabo. Ngibuze lo mama oseduze kwami ngibuza ukuthi yini mama kwenzakalani. Athi yo awazi indaba engaka la eBiqhuma. Ngithi no mina umntana mazange ngitshele nix, angazi nix, uyabo, ngoba umuntu engize ngaye la umntana ka grade 7, uyabo. Ayibese ethi lo mama hayi i-security la segateini li-rape abantwana la esikoleni. Ene labantwana babatshela ukuthi bathule bangakhulumi nix kubazali babo. Ngithi mina awu hayi asilindeni uprincipal ake ngoba uyo obiza meeting. afika uprincipal makafika uprincipal kufike nabanye abomistress ahamba yobalanda emaklasini makabalanda abantu yena athi ubatshelile makabalanda that day azange ngithathele into yakhona seriously ukuthi maybe ingaba into enkulu uprincipal athi abantwana futhi sekavulile icase and then ubabhalile abantwana abakuleyo problem bayi 54 ubheke ephepheni leli alibhalile elinye selise police station elinye unalo une copy yakhona and then that copy ngibheke ubhekwe igama lomntana wakho and then usign bese ngenza kanjani ngithi how okay ngizosayina athi lo uprincipal nizosayina after seniphumile ebese asixoxela istory uprincipal laba zali into engibizele yona ngithola ukuthi umkhulu ohlala egatini lo mkhulu lo unyukubeza abantwana ubanye ubeze kuphi nini kanjani la esikoleni athi abanye uyababamba abanye babamba ibuni ubatshela ukuthi ba fresh banjanjani uyabo bese ngithi mina bese sithi thina oh okay manje iprocedure yalento wena njengoprincipal wesikolo wenzeni athi mina into engingayenza ngingathatha amagama abantwana ngayovula icase mangivula icase makuzovalwa izikolo nge29 yena ngingamgcinisa emsebenzini ngeWednesday ngathi mkhulu ngcono ugcine esikoleni ngoba sikubuzile this thing wathi wena uthanda abantwana wagcina ke umkhulu ekobeni vele bathi icontract yakhe beyiphela vele Friday nge29 September mase ngizozwa ngomunye umzali on Tuesday ukuthi hayi umkhulu uboshiwe hawu uboshiwe siyabonga uboshiwe umkhulu kodwa indaba manje ingoprincipal esikoleni uprincipal uye osekakhulumela manje ubani umkhulu umkhulumela ngamaphi umkhulu ngoba mase malibe liqhubeka indaba izivele kini konke kwimedia umzali ukuthi umntana wakhe bamrepile 99 lomkhulu lo mzali lo uthe makaya ku principal yobuza uprincipal ukuthi principal ngizwa istory esinje yini what happened kwenzakaleni wathi uprincipal hayi hlukana nami angizingeni lo mzali ke wakhani ke aphuma nalonto leyo wafaka into kuma social media social network kanti nase police station mabeya bese kufona nabantu basedelisana ngiyaba kanjalo ke indaba njoba until namanje isase on that day I was shocked and then ngaya emsebenzini ngifika ngixoxela abomishe sengisebenza nanxoxela uprincipal bengibhlungu ngifuna uqamba mangizibuza ukuthi umntwana wayebeka ngangitsheli bengine-enga ngithi yabona makabuya ngifisa ngathi ngamshaya but ngithi mangizomshaya ngeke azangitshela ngcono ngihlale naye phansi ngikhulume naye why ungangitshelanga into esona kaso uthe umistress Zondo umem Zondo singantsheli bazali mase ngilibele ngiyangiqhubeka ngomqondo umntana lo as from ekusika ufaka ibro mara manje kuyashisa nosiphi tunic athi mami itunic yami incane ngithi mina vele ngithengile itunic uyaphuma uya e-high school itunic yami mama incane so ngabona manje mase ngitshela ngendaba lo baba ukuthi lo baba bekasaba lo baba into engithembayo ngithemba ukuthi aboshwe ayishi nje aboshwe agwetshwe for isake yabantwana bethu because nakhona kuyafana makangathi uyaphuma thina abazali sizomfuna ukuzithathela ijustice ezandleni zethu and nathi sizongena kwi-problem yabantwana bethu so ngifisa ngathi angaboshwa noma ngaba i-life sentence right.
Another parent is left wondering how any school could allow such a dreadful crime to occur.
Oh, wasn't a letter from school. Got on before. Ukuthi umkhulu kwewakhuluma amagama angekho right ku ngambuza ukuthi utheni ngangitshela ukuthi umkhulu uthe the way body yakhe indle ngakhona naye ngambamba msondeze kwaye wambamba nje angakaphinda afuna ukumiyekena futhi umzimba wakhe uyavuma akafani nabasidudla laba bafana ukuthi mafanele amkhise asokole uzamsondeza nje umzimba wakhe right And after that, umntana bekehlala umntana o-depressed nje one-stress. Umntana akho uyamazi yabo. Imbuzo ukuthi yini athi akunanix. Yabo ngibona nje ngabona nje ama-signs nje ukuthi akekho yiphi emoyeni. Baza ngitshela-ke ukuthi esikoleni bathi singantsheli ukuthi umkhulu usenzeni utheni kithi. Bathi bazasinika amaletha and angayithola-ke iletha yakhona khona umasivalo masolanda ama-report. Isiphatha kabi ngiyabona ngoba amina umntwana masesikolweni umi-stress ufana nomzali kuyo, utitsher ufana nomzali kuyo, even naye security umkhulu besimthemba ukuthi ubaba ukugabha abantwana bethu baphephile ngithi nabo mama abaphekayo lapha bakhona ngithi into nje bengafanele ngiyenzeka ngoba bekhona abantu abadala and kunama-camera nasesikolweni yabo. Isiphathe kabi kakhulu. Hayi mina ngiphoxeke kakhulu ku-principal ngoba ngifundile kulesa sikolo. Ngifunda usapeyi wami ngamqala lapha. U-principal uqale ukusebenza lapha ngenza sapi. Ngaze ngaphuma azabe u-principal. Into ayenzile isiphoxile kakhulu lesi. Isizwise kabuhlungu. Besimthemba sonke akho mzali ongashaqekanga into benza u-principal. Thina sifisa ukuthi umthetho wenze into e-right, into efanele. Laba bafanele uthathwele isigwebo ahlale nje abhadle ejele nje impilo yakhe yonke. Akadeserve ukuthi aphile phandle ngoba uyisilwane akaphephanga ngisho nasemndenini wakhe. Abantwana nasemndenini wakhe awuphephanga. Uyabona? So asumuntu ofanele aphile nabantu. Makayohlala ejele.
I will have to be honest with you. I'm not an expert but I can tell you what I've learned, which is basic things, you know. And this information, I think it is important that reaches the parents especially so that they can teach the little ones on how to spot these perpetrators. But of course, things like come sit on uncle's lap and things like that. You can't take a girl child who's supposed to be under your care and then you make them sit on your lap. Things like that and the statements that they make.
Meanwhile, several other incidents of rape at schools come to light. Mahube Secondary in Mamelodi, another guard allegedly rapes a matriculant. A grade 10 pupil allegedly rapes a grade 8 learner at a Benoni high school, which begs the question, is the scourge far more widespread than first thought?
I'm not aware about what happened where I'm going. I'm going to that school immediately after this. I'm not aware, but I can tell you, the child that could have been raped in that Benoni school, that child was under our care and someone didn't execute their responsibilities. And it's something that we need to attend to. That is why, therefore, we are putting all this formal investigation, the investigation that is in the school in Orlando, the investigation that is going to come here, and the investigation that is going to happen in the school that I'm going to in Benoni. We are going to consolidate those reports to assist us to deal with this kind of events and deal with those things.
The incidents have shattered the illusion of safety in schools. But who will pick up the pieces of the young, broken lives?
We are very much angry that there's an incident of such nature had occurred, especially during a time whereby students should be celebrating the success that they have been doing throughout the entire year.
Obviously reacting with utmost disgust coupled with shame, because our schools should be a safe haven for our children. It should be a place where our children, one, are safe, our children are provided an education and prepared to go into society.
With an individual that is a perpetrator of abuse, it comes from unconscious patterns where they've actually been exposed to abusive cycles early in childhood, or at some stage in their life they have been a victim of trauma. And the unconscious mind registers that this is the way to assert your power and to get what you need, is in a way that actually abuses the power of others. So it becomes an unconscious program where they imprint it, that this is normal. And then later stage, it culminates in patterns where they learn that this is the way they can achieve results. And for them on an unconscious level, they really believe that they aren't doing anything wrong. They believe this is, even though consciously they will know this is inappropriate, on an unconscious level it's a fixed pattern of behaviors where it's the only way they believe they can get their needs met.
Authorities joined the nation in voicing outrage. They hope a task team will help make sense of it all.
I met with this team of MECs together with the provincial commissioner, with the team of detectives from the FCS. We want all station commanders also to be able to report in their areas about what's happening on the crimes against women and children.
Meanwhile, some abuse cases may be going unreported. Victims are sometimes too ashamed to come forward, or they are being threatened with violence.
Half the time the learners report, a learner reports that I was sexually assaulted or molested, and then the teachers keep it they keep it quiet, they keep that a secret. And there's one or two instances where in the last few weeks, MEC Lesufi's team has found out that the learner has reported this. The principal was not even informed by the teacher. In another instance, and in the Soweto instance, the principal herself was informed and the principal did not report the case to the police. If you don't report a crime, you are committing a crime. Whether you are a principal or you are a teacher, and that they are the custodians, they must take care of our learners. They must be more inquisitive about it.
But it emerges that police are sometimes turning victims away.
It's a point that I'm completely disgusted with it. Because if you take into consideration the timelines, we needed to protect every timeline for the purpose of gathering evidence. And if the police are still turning back people without rushing to gather evidence, it's a serious cause for concern. And it's a matter that one will raise with the relevant authorities so that we can attend and deal with this matter.
When a rape case is being reported, if the child can go and do and wash, what about the semen? What about all this thing? How will the police come in to such an extent that they could trace or they could find that the child was raped? Evidence. Evidence, exactly.
In light of this, there are plans to address the lack of police capacity.
We are going to deploy 142 law graduates into all our police stations to actually be the ones that will assess our services. After you have actually interacted with the policemen on your way out, they will interview you to check whether your issues or your problems have been adequately attended to. We're also deploying about 72 mystery shoppers who will also be visiting our stations as well as roadblocks just to check on the services that are being provided by our police officers.
Meanwhile, the patroller's oversight body is ashamed of the incident at the AB Kuma school.
We were very much ashamed of this incident, just caught us off guard. Today, the whole country speaks about patroller groups. There's a lot of wonderful work that the patroller groups have done in preventing state facility, in preventing crime, in escorting our people all going to work and even coming back home. And this cannot be really one of us. It's not really a true reflection of what we represent as patrollers.
Shameful it is. It emerges that the Soweto school patroller had been trained to ensure learner safety.
In this region, the guards were trained and the guards were, and this thing of being in relationship with school children was explicitly explained. And this particular guard was in that workshop. We've got evidence of that. So there was training that was provided, there was explanation that was provided, and their code of conduct was also explained, and the said guard was there in that particular meeting. And that worries us that some of these things, even if you can provide the relevant information that you need, conduct of a person is a conduct of that person.
With around 6,000 registered school patrollers, officials say a proper vetting process is needed.
We've got about 6,000 patrollers that are registered, that are in our database. We are also bringing all police stations, that those that will be coming in, they will be vetted on site, meaning they'll fill in forms. Through Infocus will also check their fingerprints, but also will take fingerprints that will actually do an intensive vetting, because Infocus is not enough. You still have to take fingerprints and go and do some investigation and bring back that information.
A sexual predator at a Soweto school goes unchallenged for months. The lives of at least 87 kids are devastated. The question now is, will all the promises of action result in a reduction or perhaps even an end to the rape of the innocents?
People go to, they get arrested, given bails after 5 or 10 years due to good behavior. But the little girl that they have perpetrated against, they're still suffering from these things, because more than anything else, rape is emotional at the end of the day.
We're going through these difficulties purely because we believe that other people, when they assign their responsibilities, they're not taking their responsibilities. If it means we have to review this Christmas or matric balls or matric parties, or the role of CPFs, and we have to, because we can't expose all our children to this.
How I wish we could look at this as a learning curve, and how I wish as a learning curve the parents in particular could understand that education starts at home, it doesn't start at school, and therefore when education starts at home, it is the responsibility of the parent to ensure timelessly that they check on the kids, read with them, sit down with them, talk to them all the time.